These are all anti-national thoughts. So how dare you speak all that?
Commercial platform cannot have Ambedkar, commercial platform cannot have Periyar, we cannot speak Marxism, we cannot speak gender equality. I think this is one stereotype. This is me. I cannot fake anything. I'll be myself inside. The myself which I mean is like I talk politics because I'm a politician. This is only meant for news channels. This is only meant for other political platforms.
9 p.m. debates.
9 p.m. debates. I've spoken to people through media, which is television media. People have received me well. Otherwise, I would not have survived for 14-15 weeks. They think I'm trying to portray them as bad. You are not bad, but you are also a victim of so-and-so already existing stereotypes. There are issues like manual scavenging, there are issues like caste, there are issues like religious issues, there are stereotypes, gender stereotypes. These are the things which are unexplored by them. That is not their mistake. We cannot have fascism hereafter. That can't happen. Even they cannot think of implementing it. They have to learn and coexist with each other. We do not have student unions. We do not have parties inside the colleges. I think we need to bring that back.
Recapture that space.
Yes, recapture that space. Because student unions and student protests were the one in 1960s had changed the dynamics of politics in Tamil Nadu. Not just Tamil Nadu, the entire country. There was a space where we could do a backlash and can get the letter out. So I think that this is the victory.
Hello and welcome to the News Minute. Today I have with me a special guest who has won several hearts because of the politics that he spoke in Bigg Boss Season 6. Vikraman, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you.
So did you actually think that you will survive for the entire season?
I initially had some reservations about it because I did not know that people will receive it very well. Earlier, in the first week of the show, one of my co-contestants has been telling me, whatever you are speaking is right, but it has to be interesting. There you are lacking is what the co-contestant told me. So I started believing that. But once I got saved, weeks after weeks, it started in the second week. And I was saved in the first place, as in like the saving order was, I was top saving order in the top. So that showed me like people received me well and accepted me, and I did not bore them. So I thought, okay, so end of the day, it is people who decides, because it's a commercial show. So if people likes me, the show will keep me. So the people liked me, so the show kept me.
But when did you actually decide that you should speak politics of equality, politics of gender, breaking all stereotypes? These are subjects that we don't get to see on, media. Like, it's a subject that's not entertained. It's a subject that's not commercial. So in a commercial show, to speak about all these things, did you have any reservations in your mind that you should stop or you're going overboard?
No, I did not have that reservation at all, because before entering the show, there was an interview with the Endemol team and Vijay TV. So I made very sure that this is me. I cannot fake anything. I'll be myself inside. The myself which I mean is like I talk politics because I'm a politician. You people know where I come from and who I am. So you should not stop me from talking whatever I'm supposed to. They gave me that assurance that you can talk everything.
So you got that minimum guarantee that you can be yourself in that show.
That was actually the maximum guarantee they've given me. So it's like, you can be yourself. This is what we wanted, they said. So I thought, okay, they want this diverse platform and people from different walks of life. I believed, I came to know that, they are trying to experiment it and they are trying to expand this platform. So I was an experiment in it. So they did not stop me from being who I am.
So was this experiment successful?
For me, it is.
Okay, how?
Because people received me well. So people loved me for the entire show, and they kept me for 15 weeks. And I, went on to the stage, the final stage where Mr. Kamal Haasan was announcing the winner. So I was the runner-up. So that shows me that people accepted me, people received me well, because I did not go there as an entertainer. I did not go dance. I did, of course. I was having fun.
No, you have to. You have to.
Yeah,
do all
I have to.
Yeah.
That was also organic, because that side of mine is unexplored. So I went as a politician. So people saw me as a politician. I did not hide it from day one. And I was introduced as a politician or young politician. That was what my tagline was, an angry young politician. So people received me that way. I did not fake it anywhere. I did not fake my ideology. I did not fake any party, nothing. I was too transparent. So people liked me. They voted for me. So that shows I have succeeded.
You speak about Ambedkar, you speak about Periyar, you speak about self-respect, you speak about social justice. In a commercial program, these are things that people may say that it's boring.
No, I think this is one stereotype that commercial platform cannot have Ambedkar, commercial platform cannot have Periyar, we cannot speak Marxism, we cannot speak gender equality. I think this is one stereotype. This is only meant for news channels. This is only meant for other political
9 p.m. debates.
9 p.m. debates. This
and,
is
you are a regular participant in all these 9 p.m. debates.
participant of it. So I think that is also a stereotype which I think nobody tried to break it. I wanted to break it because see, I'm not directly, deliberately saying anything. Where there is an issue, where I see it is wrong, I counter it. So people started enjoying it. Okay, whatever he is speaking is right. So I'm quoting Mr. Ambedkar and I'm quoting Mr. Periyar when and where necessary, not everywhere. So ideologically speaking, I think Tamil Nadu is an ideological state more than people. Some people claim it as a religious state. I think it is an ideological state where self-respect movement has gained momentum. Without people support, it cannot have happened, right? It couldn't have happened. And both the parties, the DMK and AADMK, they still have Periyar's image in their posters. They cannot go ask for votes without the image. That speaks for itself.
But having said that, do you think that this ideology, the politics that you spoke, is well received in Tamil Nadu?
Can I quote in Tamil something which I wanted to say? அறம் இதயங்களை வென்றிருக்கிறது, வரும் நாட்களில் இடங்களையும் வெல்லும். Because it will take time. It takes time to, people have accepted it, which is a victory which I am seeing. A platform like Bigg Boss can be utilized for speaking such an ideology which we considered it as anti-national, which we consider that we cannot even think of uttering uttering name of Periyar and Ambedkar. Even in movie production houses, they won't have Ambedkar Periyar portraits because they'll think
immediately
you'll be branded. Even the movies which had Ambedkar and Periyar portraits had been branded. Like if it is by Mr. Ranjit, immediately it will be branded. So in a platform like Bigg Boss, I could manage to speak about Periyar, to speak about social justice, to speak about Ambedkar. I had written a letter to Dr. Ambedkar from the house that has been telecast in the show, that has been the talk of the weekend
But
episode.
initially it was blacked out?
That was what I heard when I came outside. But there was one interesting thing which I want to say here. Because while I was writing the letter to Dr. Ambedkar, I was telling to Bigg Boss, okay, Bigg Boss, listen to me. I'm writing to Dr. Ambedkar. I know there are restrictions for your broadcast thing. So, so if at all you feel that it cannot be broadcast, it is fine. But let me finish the letter. Let me finish reading it. Then you can take a call. That was what I said. And I thought it was telecast because in the weekend episode, Mr. Kamal Haasan has been speaking about the letter, and he had himself has been talking about the letter which he had written some years ago to Mr. Gandhi. But later on, when I came out of the show, people told me that that letter was blacked out and there was a massive outreach outside. There was a backlash. So the channel had to put it, which I'm not sure why they blacked out the letter and what exactly happened. I did not know. I did not ask them anything. But yeah, they have at least there was a space where we could do a backlash and can get the letter out. So I think that this is the victory.
Okay, one can understand that, you say something people may like it or people may not like it. But there are certain contestants, your co-contestants, who are very dismissive about your ideas of, gender, your idea of equality, your idea of, opposing stereotypes and all that. They were pretty dismissive about it, right on your face. How did you feel that at that moment? Like, were you feeling bad? Were you feeling like, okay, you need to work more to try and explain to them, or like to try and make them understand that this is what it is?
Yeah, basically, I knew it will happen because they are not used to such things. When somebody comes and tells them, pinpoints them, they think I'm trying to portray them as bad. I wanted to tell them, no, it is not. You are not bad, but you are also a victim of so and so already existing stereotypes. So you need to understand this, and there should be some change. So for a change to happen, there has to be somebody who has to pinpoint these things are wrong. So my intention was not to put down anybody, not to paint them as bad or something. My intention was to say this is wrong.
And were you able to convince someone in that house?
I was able to convince few people. They have become good friends of mine. Even after I came out of the show, I have few friends out of it. I think they have got convinced by whatever I said, and they believed that whatever I said was right. Even in the first week, I had an argument with my co-contestant called ADK. It is related to gender only. My first argument was about the gender. So after which we never had such arguments because he tried to talk to me, to make a conversation. So whenever somebody comes and takes that effort, so I tend to speak whatever I feel, and they get convinced. So like that, I have good friends out of Bigg Boss. So like ADK, Maheshwari, Shivin, Ram, and Amudavanan, Rachita, and Sherina, Quincy, Nivashini. I can count a lot of numbers because they're all good friends even after the show. They're all individually, they are socially responsible. That is what I'm saying. This season, I feel everybody is from the humble background. Nobody is like super rich like that. Everybody humble background, middle class, upper middle class only, and they are understanding whatever I'm saying. And these friends I'm saying, they are socially responsible themselves, but I had to tell them these are also the issues happening. So saving dogs and
Manual scavenging.
and I don't know the other things like old age homes. Only though not only those are issues. There are issues like manual scavenging. There are issues like caste. There are issues like religious issues. There are stereotypes, gender stereotypes. These are the things which are unexplored by them. That is not their mistake. They have not been exposed to such issues. So I have to tell them, and they started liking me because these are the new things which I'm addressing. So they started liking me, and I'm damn sure after 1 or 2 weeks, the body shaming inside the house started diminishing. Okay. In the name of comedy, it started diminishing because of the dialogue we exchanged. So I think that's a success, and people got convinced.
So starting a conversation within a group itself is a success.
Yes.
And you could see the change, happening inside the house.
Yes, I could see the change because after which, whenever they say a single word about one particular community or without knowingly, when I say no, it is wrong. Yeah, it is wrong. Okay. Yes, we shouldn't say that. And there are some instances where they themselves will say, "Hey, இப்படிலாம் பேசக்கூடாது தப்பு."
And I think you also corrected Mr. Kamal Haasan when he said Adimaigal.
No, not him. Not him. It was Bigg Boss.
Oh, okay.
It was Bigg Boss. There was this Rajangam task where few people were termed as Adimaigal. Some 6-7 people have to be taking the roles of Adimaigal. I said Adimaigal is not the right word because it has been abolished here. And they corrected it saying Sevagargal, servants. Likewise. And also, I've a lot of instances like Bigg Boss asked me like, can I say something? I said yes at the end of the show after my final AV has been telecast. That was one platform where I can see like whatever I've done for the past 14 weeks has been cut as an AV, a beautiful AV. So Bigg Boss was telling me like after a long speech he had given me, and he was saying, "Can I say one word?" I said yes. It will be in English. Is it okay for you? I said any language is equal to me, and I'm not a language fanatic. So you can say. And he said, "I love you." I said, "I love you too." And he told, "You've taught a new word called Tolare." And he addressed me as Tolare, which is comrade. So, which never happened in previous seasons, I guess. Not any seasons. This Tolare and to correct themselves, politically being correct. I think this season, that was all my achievement, I guess.
Okay, what are your biggest learnings and biggest takeaways from Bigg Boss season 6? Because for people who are watching that, they had too many things to say about it. But being a contestant, someone who lived in that house with a different set of people, people who agree with you, people who disagree with you, people who love you, people who hate, what have been your biggest learnings from that house?
Coexistence. Because this world is for everybody. We cannot decimate an enemy altogether. We have to live with them. So to coexist with them, we need to have a conversation with them so that our life will be peaceful. That was what I learned.
So you were able to start a conversation, you were able to start a dialogue, you were able to introduce a new idea to whole set of, to this new generation. It's not only that you're addressing those 20 people inside the house, but also people outside. But my question to you is that in this day and age, where you see communal politics has taken over, you talk about Periyar,ism, you talk about the ideas of Ambedkar, you talk about coexistence. These are all anti national thoughts. So, how dare you speak all that?
If they are considered anti-national, it won't be telecast on a national television like Vijay TV. So it has a massive reach where 35 million people watch in TV, and we do not know the numbers of people who watch in Hotstar and other online platforms. We do not know. What I feel is a nation is built of people. It's not buildings and it was not boundaries. It is not language or anything. It is people. I'm talking for people, for the good of people. Equality is I'm talking about people, not about animals. I'm talking about people. Everybody is equal. Treat everybody equally. If somebody is hurt, you should try and say it is wrong. If he's black, you cannot say he's black, and you can't humiliate him because of his color, because of his age, because of his sex, because of his physical features. So this will hurt him as in why should we be so specific about not hurting anybody, because that is humanity. So this humanity is the politics I spoke inside the house, for which we give a lot of names like Periyarism, Ambedkarism, Marxism. End of the day, it is humanity. Coexistence is the reality. Actually, you can't decimate an enemy altogether. We cannot have fascism hereafter. That can't happen. Even they cannot think of implementing it. They have to learn and coexist with each other, without which the humanity fails. And I think people have realized it. People have celebrated me because they understood. End of the day, it is equality and humanity prevails more than anything. So I think I am a living testimony to whatever we are speaking are not anti-national, because people accepted me.
Bigg Boss is the kind of show that brings the worst or the best out of you. According to you, what do you think? Like, has this brought out the best or the worst out of you?
It has brought the best out of me, and also I have learned certain things where, like, how to communicate with people from different ideologies, or those who don't have ideologies at all. So how to initiate a conversation with them, how to make them understand.
Particularly that Generation Z.
Yes. So because that generation is what we need to focus on, which many of us are not willing to. fearing that they will feel we are boring. So fearing that they will not like us. But it is not the case. We have to try and create a conversation. I'm getting a lot of calls from colleges to address the students. But people say the Gen X did not accept you. But how come I'm getting calls from the colleges? Women colleges and men colleges, like very reputed institutions. So we don't have to go by whatever the social media is saying. The reality is different, because a few, 3 or 4 accounts can create one clout of one massive thing. Like they Harry and Meghan. They've been saying that these trolls had come from the 70% of trolls against Prince Harry and Meghan was from just 3 accounts, 3 VPN accounts. So we do not have to get carried away by these social media trolls. The reality is different. I've spoken to people through media, which is television media. People have received me well. Otherwise, I would not have survived for 14, 15 weeks. If the Gen Z did not accept me, I would not have survived. And I will not get calls from colleges. So we need to have a conversation with them. Earlier, we had student unions in colleges. Now it is not existing. I think that is the main reason why we are failing in convincing them. We do not have student unions. We do not have parties inside the colleges. I think we need to bring that back. Because,
recapture that space.
Yes, recapture that space. Because student unions and student protests were the one in 1960s had changed the dynamics of politics in Tamil Nadu. Not just Tamil Nadu, the entire country. So that momentum should happen again. That thing has to come again. The history has to be rewritten.
Also, normalizing things. That's something that happens on a daily basis. Even it happens within a group of friends. You normalize hate, you normalize, gender inequality, you normalize a certain kind of a behavior that is objectionable. In an event, in a program like Bigg Boss, these things are pretty normal. Like, calling names, body shaming, or like talking ill about another person. We have seen this happening in other languages of Bigg Boss, which has been highly controversial. So you knew that this is how the format of the show is. Why did you want to get into this in the first place? You were having a very good political career. Why did you want to break that and get into Bigg Boss?
I wanted to be someone who is going to address it. Why not take a chance to do it? So I wanted the comedy or any sort of things cannot be based on body shaming, cannot be based on age shaming, cannot be based on color shaming. So the comedy should be something where if you involve somebody, that somebody should also enjoy it. That's how a comedy should be. A perfect comedy is that. So I wanted to address all that issues. I utilized it and I made sure this platform will be mine.
Was winning this title important for you?
Not at all. Winning the hearts of people was important for me, more than anything.
And do you think you did that?
I think I did that. And coming from a reputed platform like the News Minute, what do you think?
No,
I want to hear it from you.
I wanted to ask you, we had written an article, Ali had written an article about your entire Bigg Boss performance, where she has said that you have raised the standards of this particular show, because the general perception about Bigg Boss is something different.
I think that is true. Whatever written in the News Minute article is true. I won millions of hearts. People have started liking me and they receiving me well. And in the last Pongal, they put kolam outside the house. They have put Aram Vellum, which is the slogan I have been telling inside the house. And even after coming out of the house, I have been telling that. So that is the reach I got with people. That is not for me, for the things I've spoken, for the ideology I've spoken. It is a victory of the ideology I've spoken.
What next for Vikram? Because people ask that, if you have achieved something, then the next obvious step would be politics. Now that you are an young politician, so you're already in politics. Now what next for you? Like, are you going to act in movies? Are you going to utilize the biggest platform that is available to connect with the public, to reach out to the public with in whatever way you can?
Okay, I think I broke this trend also. Like only an actor can come into politics. A politician can also enter the entertainment medium, because any medium where people are connected, we should be an active part of it. We have ancestors. We have examples like Mr. Periringar Anna and Mr. Kalaignar. They have utilized the cinema industry to the core to spread their ideologies. They used it as a medium, not just cinema. Before, they had dramas also, theaters. So I think that space is vacant now, where a politician comes and uses this platform to voice out public issues and all. So I think as a chance, I got it from Bigg Boss. This limelight, I want to use it properly, so that any medium, whatever medium is coming on my way, as an opportunity, I'll have to utilize that opportunity to take my ideology to people, and whatever the public issues have to be addressed in a way which is acceptable by the larger audience. That is important. We cannot preach anything. So it has to be like very organic.
To convey something.
Convey something. Yes, it has to be organic, and people have to accept it. And I will be in active politics too.
Okay.
I'm still a politician. I'll be in active politics too. End of the day, I'm a politician.
Okay. Thank you, Vikram, for talking to us. It was a pleasure talking to you. And I wish you all the very best.
Thank you. Thank you. Pleasure talking to you too.